did in May, it was a little bit of a femme kind of thing because we partnered with Femme Space, I believe. And it was just a bunch of women and young ladies up here kind of doing the panel. And I discovered just from our discussion that she was a very versatile musician because she sings, but she also produces and she writes and she plays instruments. So I think I kind of just took away your answer. I was gonna say, what's your musical background like?
That exactly.
Well, let me rephrase the question then. Around what age did you know that this was gonna be something that you wanted to do?
Okay, so I grew up with a dad who was a DJ and producer. So I was always in the studio with him, making cool beats. I made my first song at like 2 years old. It's called Biscotti Chicken Patty. It was really good.
Sounds delicious and entertaining.
It was delicious, and that's why I wrote a song about it. So I always grew up with him, and I just loved being in the studio, and I loved writing. I don't like reading, but I like writing. Is that weird? Anyways, I just liked anything artsy, and I liked music. So I always like grew up doing that, and I had the privilege of having him help me with kind of learning programs as far as producing and things like that. But I didn't actually like consider it like as a full-blown career until about 3 years ago. Where I did this talent show at my school, or it was kind of a talent show. It was like an organized, directed talent show, and we had to audition for it. And I auditioned with an original, and the director was like, "You know what? I love the idea of original. You're doing your original, and you're going to be the only soloist singer in the show." I was like, "Yes!" And I performed it, and I had people come up to me crying, and they were just like, I loved it. Like they were like Grace said, they're like, it moved me. And I was like, wow, I want to move people. And so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And so like I asked for a studio for Christmas, and I actually got a studio. I got my mic, I got my MIDI stuff, I got I had my dad give me Ableton. And so I just started from there, and I was like, you know what, I knew a little bit of production. YouTube is like great for that, like learning how to do all that. But I had been writing for like a long time, so I just kind of put it all together, and I started like releasing music and doing shows. My first show I did with Quasi actually.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and I met him here. Yeah.
So one of the interesting points too I'd like to highlight about Trinity, earlier in the year when we first got started, Grace and I decided that it would be interesting for us to incorporate some intern roles here at the lab. So we have a few college students that help out with organizing things here on the day of and kind of matriculating the social media things, and we also have positions for youth who are in high school, who are our student ambassadors, and Trinity was actually our very first student intern to apply for the music lab, and I think that she has been crushing it so far.
Thank you.
So I'm really happy that we have her here. Yeah. Can I ask, why did you apply to the internship?
Well, cause why not? I mean, okay, so I always believe that like making connections is like the best thing, like all the time. And I love the program. I find myself talking about it like all the time, even when I didn't like attend like consistently. And so I'm like, I'm always talking about it. Why don't I actually like go to them and like be a leader? And I consider myself a leader in like many different things. And so I was like, I should do that. And it's been really awesome. It's cool to be on both sides of like the student and then like having that leadership role and being kind of that bridge to connect the students to like, make sure they're not standing in corners.
Absolutely. And Trinity has been my right hand when it comes to organizing and this social media business with me. So all those posts that you see that we're doing, a good portion of them are coming from her. So yeah, let me show you what she can do because she's gonna give us a beautiful performance. Please give your hands up for Trinity Grace.
So this song actually means a lot to me. I talk about my dad a lot because he is the reason I am who I am sometimes. And so I got a lot of my music background from him, but he recently passed away from cancer in August. So I wrote this song hoping he would be able to hear it, and he wasn't able to. So I hope you enjoy it. That was a really depressing introduction, but it's really beautiful. So I hope you like it. I feel you in the dead of night when nothing seems to feel right. My storybook don't last forever, and it's not by my might. When times get tough and I feel lost, I know you need to. When times get tough and I feel lost, I know you need to. I know you need to. 'Cause angels never die. Angels never die. Flying, flying high. Angels never die. When times get tough and I feel lost, I know you need to. When times get tough and I feel lost, I know you need to. I know you need to. 'Cause angels never die. Angels never die. Oh, angels never die. Oh, angels never die. One day I'll wake up and I won't have to cry about you. One day I'll wake up and the light will shine without you. Whenever that may be, whatever I may see, whoever I may need, I'ma be okay. I just need to stay. Thank you.
The lovely Miss Trinity Grace.